Card, you called the second half a disgrace on Boxing Day. It wasn't really much better today.
No, it wasn't. I could be put on repeat. You could just get one of the recordings from, the last interview really. The first half was two poor teams, I felt. I don't think they had a shot and were 2-0 up. I think we had one shot, was Connor's deflected free kick, I think. They scored from two free headers in the box from a cross. But our first goal comes from our sloppy throwing. And then the second one's calamitous, isn't it? It's getting each other's way. Just look disorganised, and then the lad whips a ball into an area that's flat and goes in on the back post. And it was to say, I mean, listen, there was never, they didn't deserve to be 2 up at the same time, but they were, and that's how we're finding ourselves. Obviously there's one or two words being said after the game and one or two words said at half time, but as I say, the first half I thought it was a poor game. It was slow paced, there was a lot of fouls. I thought the ref was probably on par with the performance of the teams, to be honest, the amount of cards he gave away and for needless things. But yeah, I keep saying it, we've got to pull ourselves together.
There'll obviously be people questioning yourself and tactics and things like that. What is it that's happening that you're not getting the response out of the players that maybe that you want?
Yeah, rightly so. There's a few of them coming off there. We need to be better, Paul. And listen, I'm not daft enough to realise that. When I left here first time round, we were a strong side, obviously in the league below, and I went to a club who had 9 points on the 11th of December, and we stayed up, and it was a fight, and it was a battle, and it was hard work every single game. It was a knife edge, and we managed to stay up. This group is a better group of players at a better club, and the fans have been with the lads right up until now, and I'm 100% certain they'll be with them continuing throughout the season. But things that we've spoke about, things that we've said will affect the game haven't been carried out today. We were on about getting the ball wide. We've pulled Elliott out. He's had one or two, he's done well, Elliott, but we pulled him out just because of the treatments he's been getting, and just to give him a little bit of a breather. He's obviously stepping up a couple of levels, and one of the things was to get it wide. Obviously starting Josh for the first time in a while, and to put balls into the box, and I think we put 2 crosses in all game. So that's what's infuriating, is we're undoing ourselves. Small errors mounting up and adding up to becoming big problems. Things like our throw-ins, we're surrendering possession all the time, and just on half time where I think Ed throws it, Connor lays it behind them, and then they get a throw in up the line, and from there they get a cross in, and it's a free header, back stick, free header in the middle of the 18-yard box, whatever it was. It's just little things that are massively impacting how we are and the results and how we look, which is, as I say, it's infuriating, and I feel every supporter, because I carry it with me. I carry the form, I carry the performances, because I don't want to be watching us play like this, certainly not.
I mean, what can happen to change it so that we're not having the same conversation in 5 to 6 weeks?
Well, as I say, I probably need to look at a change in formation. We played 4-2-3-1 with an attacking intent in terms of having Josh through the middle to play off, having Matty MacDonald to use his energy to get beyond, the 2 wide players, Connor who can get goals, Finn who can play out wide, or as a forward who can get goals, and then backed up. But obviously that isn't working. It works to an extent, but it's just not giving us enough in games. So we obviously need to look at the formation that we're playing. Do we change it and try and get more bodies higher up the pitch from the start rather than moving up the pitch, because we don't seem to be doing that as well as what we should be.
Obviously morale's fairly low given the run of form that you've been on, but you know, you touched on it there. Do you still feel like there's a togetherness in the team, that they want to fight together?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, you can imagine the dressing room after the game there's lads having a go at one another, and that shows that, you know, you want to be shaking people's hands and high-fiving coming into dressing rooms because you've won and on the back of strong performances. You don't want to be arguing and you know, people having a go at one another too much, but that to me shows that there's a care there, and there's a demand there, and we've got to see more of it. You know, fans will be sick of hearing me talking about we've got to do this and we've got to do that, but we've got to show more about what we are. We've never been a soft touch, we've never been a pushover, we've never been a side that doesn't look like you know, making things happen, and yet we are those things. And rightly so. I'll be questioned because I'll be scratching my head thinking, well, what's he doing about it? Which, you know, you can rest assured it's, you know, it's not a case of not doing it, but what I'm obviously doing isn't the right things for the players we've got. So I need to look at things.
At times it feels like there's a lack of hunger. At times, I know you mentioned about Darren Amaral maybe playing today. Was it a work commitment or something why he didn't play?
Yeah. He let me know last week that he wasn't available, which was a blow. But it's, you know, we've got enough players to be able to. Or what I said to the lads there, on paper there's a good group of players there, but it's no good on paper because we're not getting a performance on the grass. It's no good having those names. We might as well have, you know, have lads that people don't know of if they're delivering performances. But you know, we've got to keep going. We've got to keep fighting through it. We've got to somehow find a formula that works for us, and we've got to make sure that we're ready come Saturday, because you know, the games don't stop and they don't get any easier.
Yeah, you'll have a training session, I presume, tomorrow night, and then you got Kings Lynn on Saturday, last home game in the league for a while. What will be the message from you before that game?
The message is always still the same. It never changes, because you know, I'm not going to start saying to the lads, oh, don't stick together, don't play as a team, don't work for each other, don't play to your strength. They're all things that'll stand and forever and a day and are set in stone, because it's what makes teams win and be successful. At the minute, like you say, morale's low. The lads aren't brimming with confidence. But like you said, the only way you get through that is by working and by playing to your strengths and going to the things that you know are tried and trusted for yourself as a player and for yourself as a team. And we've got to find a way. As I say, it's been massively disappointing. I'm gutted. I'm furious. You know, it's tough. It's tough. But like you said before, I've been in a tougher situation in this division with a team that wasn't as good as what we've got. But you've got to find a way, and that's what we need to do.